Welcome back to Pretty Creative Stuff. I'm Ryan and I'm kind of a guest on my wife's channel right now. As you can see, I am making guacamole. I'm using a new set of knives that we got. The knives were great. This is my first time using them, but I really enjoyed using them. They're durable and they're rainbow color. So that was fun. I really enjoyed chopping everything. And now it's time to make guacamole. As you can see, I've already prepped everything for the recipe. First, I start with avocados. You just chop it up, same way you do avocados anytime, and you just start mashing. So these are already really soft, so it's not going to be that hard to mash them up. I just kind of use the spoon to, chop through it, and then you can mash it. Chop a little, and then mash a little. And then you can kind of just mix it up, get through there, break through all the big chunks. Depending on how chunky you want your guacamole, you can either stop right there. I don't know anybody who would want it that chunky, but feel free to make the guacamole that you like. Also, this is gonna be mashed up a little more as I put more ingredients in. So it doesn't have to be completely smooth right now, but it's good to get the big chunks. So that's a pretty good start. These are red onions. You could use white onions. I like red onions, so I use red. But I generally go the harder ingredients because I'm mixing it. I use the harder ingredients first because I'm mixing it. I don't want to put the tomatoes in there first with the avocados, and then they get all mashed up. So the onions can take it. So that's why I always start with them. If you want to see how I chop the onions and tomatoes, check out the knife video. There should be a link in the description below. And I call this my chunky guacamole because there are a lot of extra ingredients besides avocado. It's probably chunkier than what you're used to. Then we can do the lime juice. And you can sprinkle in the seasonings. We have smoked chipotle flakes, regular salt or sea salt, and garlic powder. Be sure not to stir too vigorously in the beginning because that lime juice will splash out. And if it gets in your eye, it's really gonna hurt. Trust me. So now it's coming along, it's getting smoother as everything in there is grinding together. And I usually do cilantro. I love cilantro, so I put a lot in there. Some people don't like cilantro. I think there's like a gene or something where cilantro will taste like soap to you. I think one of my sisters has it. I feel so bad for her to miss out on cilantro like that. You can put more cilantro, less cilantro, however you want. That's the fun thing about cooking. You can just make it your own. If you don't like garlic, don't put the garlic. If you don't like smoked chipotle flakes, there's probably something wrong with you. But you don't have to put them in there. Next, or last rather, we're gonna use our tomatoes. And then basically, so with the tomatoes, I try to take as many of the seeds out as possible. I want it, fairly thick. And when you don't take the seeds out, it kind of gets watery. So I would recommend taking the seeds out. And then as you can see, you're just kind of mixing it around. Okay. We will start with that. Honey, do you want to come in and take a bite?
Sure. Woo! This looks good.
All right.
I get to go first?
You first. Ladies first.
All right. I love that I can see all the ingredients, like the tomatoes and everything. Mmm. The lime juice and just all the flavors blend so well. Mm. I'm not a huge avocado person, but this is really good.
It's also better after it's been in the refrigerator for a little while. So if you're gonna have a party or anything like that, if you're gonna take it somewhere, put it in the refrigerator for like an hour before you take it. And all those flavors will kind of blend together and it'll be really good.
Isn't there something where like if you put an avocado seed in with it, it won't turn brown?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're cutting your avocados to make the guacamole, save at least one of the seeds and put it in the container, and then it'll help it last longer without like turning brown or gray or the way it looks.
I'm assuming like this with the lime juice in it, that would do the same thing, kind of.
No,
No?
it still turns.
So you need
yeah,
to put a
a
avocado seed. So save the
Yeah.
avocado seeds.
Yeah, absolutely. Save the avocado seeds.
Cool.
And what's great is when you're making guacamole, if you're going to make pico de gallo, it uses essentially the same ingredients. You know, different proportions, but if you're going to chop tomatoes, you just chop a lot of tomatoes.
Do you think you could make some pico de gallo next?
I think I could.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna let you make the next recipe because that's my favorite.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned for that. Be sure to like and subscribe and make this guacamole recipe because it is amazing.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna have another bite.
Like I could just eat it.
Great if you're doing like a potluck or just if you're hungry and you feel like eating it.